Anyways, as I was saying, in the hold of the ship is where you'll find some of the rarer antiquities the captain had been intending to trade. Primarily, you'll see that this is paintings. You'll see there's quite a few paintings. Most sort of. There's water on the ship. Yeah, it's like half submerged, and the ship is a little tilted, so some more of the water's on one side than the other. You'll see like paintings all along like the wall, along one wall, and like kind of like leaning against the wall. Most of those paintings are now ruined from the water. But you'll see that these were like old looking paintings, and really nice looking paintings too, when they weren't damaged by the water. You'll see some like other like cultural relics as well. Like you'll see some masks. If you go through like some of the boxes that are here, you'll see one box has like this old looking tiefling mask. Probably like an old religious relic. You'll see some old weapons. Like you'll see a box that has like this very ornate looking sword. And so on. There's quite a bit here. I can send a full list of things later, and what it's all worth. Yeah, I'm sure you will. So I'll send like a full list later. But you do notice two things in particular that are really drawing your eye. Number one would be you do actually find some of the captain's old journal. Torn up pages of the manifesto. And it's like nailed to something. It's nailed to the other thing that draws your eye. There's a coffin in here. Yeah, you see this old solid black coffin leaning against the wall. It's covered in, like, it's been here for so long that it's covered in barnacles. There's barnacles encrusting the bottom of it. But yeah, there's just a coffin in the hold of the ship leaning against the wall. You can see that there's some kind of ward on this coffin, yes. But with detect magic, you don't know exactly what the ward is. You just know that there is abjuration magic on this coffin. There's no answer. There is still the page of the captain's manifesto nailed to it if you want to read that, Asher. You can read through it, and you'll see that one of the last things the captain wrote was that he had gotten an unusual request from he had gotten an unusual request from an ASMR back in Bright Grove, saying that he wanted the coffin of an old tiefling king. No, it's not horseflies. It's not horseflies. He's the ASMR. He says like it was some eccentric billionaire. He says that in like more contemporary language, but it's an eccentric billionaire wanted who's really interested in tiefling history, wanted the coffin of an old tiefling and was willing to pay a very handsome price for it. And so the captain had gone through a lot of legal loopholes to get a hold of it. Um, he does give a name for the ASMR. The ASMR's name was Velwen.
Is that the same one we fought or no?
You haven't fought any ASMR yet.
Angel lady at the
You fought no, you did fight an angel, but she wasn't an ASMR. She was an angel. Yeah, she was a self-proclaimed goddess. Velwen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, his name is Caracos. Caracos Despater. Roll history. Yeah, don't worry. This is an old one. Roll history. What did you get? You recognize the name as an old tiefling king. Yeah, actually, you would recognize the name, especially of a like fairy tale that your parents probably would have told you when you were a kid. One of those, sure, if you were raised by tieflings. Yeah. Yeah. So you would recognize as a fairy tale that the pirates who raised you told you, like one of those like scary fairy tales that they tell kids to get them to behave. This old king who had gone missing after a few years and would and then like after he went missing, people will just say that he would just sometimes show up and steal children out of their houses at night. And so the pirates always told you, you better behave, or old King Caracos is gonna come and get you. Caracos Despater. He's of the line of Despater. I can send it. So, yeah, this eccentric ASMR billionaire just wanted his coffin. Yeah. Maybe, but you see that there are. Yeah, a closer look at the coffin reveals that there are nails all along the edge. If you shake the coffin, you do hear something moving inside, but it sounds more like dirt than bones. Sure. And actually, just to make it a little more enticing, he does mention he doesn't give a specific number, but he does mention a rough price tag of something like a few thousand platinum pieces. Like whoever was willing to buy this was clearly like one of the richest people alive. Yes, Velwen of Brightgrove. Yeah, the price tag was he said it was still being haggled, but easily several thousand platinum pieces, at least.
You don't sense anything on his coffin, right? No words. Not the items. Yeah, I've been like these. If somebody was willing to buy a casket full of dirt, then by all well, then let's not open it and make sure that whatever's inside stays inside. So we can sell it. Like, at the very least, 1,000 platinum. That's a lot of money. There is a buyer. There's a price out for it. Well, if they buy dirt, I've done this kind of scheme time and time again. It's very effective if you're very charismatic.
You've
I lost my touch.
losing. Okay, you're gonna see this. You do see the real quick. First of all, Asher, tell me what your passive perception is.
I forget what's the modifier for all that.
Wisdom,
It's just that, so it's just straight wisdom.
I think. I always forget how to check passive perception. That's what I thought. Ye.
So that would be like plus whatever, like if I
What's your wisdom? What's your wisdom?
it's
Okay, yeah, no, Platy, you do not manage to sneak up on them. Anyways, while you guys are having this discussion, you do see the ooze. If an ooze could look confused, he would look confused as to why he's only eating the magic off of it. But he will engulf the entire coffin for a moment.
wait. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's completely intact. There's not even a single, like, drop of ooze on it once he's done. And then he'll unengulf it. Everything is exactly as it was. Not even the paper is damaged.
I'm gonna ask Juro and Axis. Good, you're here. Here, help me get this up to a new spot.
Caraco's dispenser. Yeah.
You ever heard of him?
No idea about it.
Guy was a legend. Guy was fast. Still should. Apparently somebody wants this bones.
We
So,
come upstairs. It's dirty.
And so we're going to sell bones.
There's no
there's a
bone.
market for it. There's a market for this coffin.
I think we should open it.
Well, or let's bring it up to a dry spot. We'll see if we can use it. Magic to look into it, like if possible. Or if we can go back in it, put entities to go inside of it.
Why are you gonna put Etty's life in danger? She's not even here. There could be mold in there.
She is fully capable.
There could be mold in there. It don't matter if there's 2 feet tall or like 7 feet tall. Mold's gonna get you either way.
Let's get it up to the dry spot. It's gonna start trying to lift it up.
Roll strength. Oh, Asher said he's gonna get all the undead to move everything, so. It. Yeah, first of all, I think his dice are loaded.
No.
But second of all, this is a heavy coffin. Like, as you're lifting it, it's like a solid, it feels like it's a solid block of wood, basically. So you struggle, but you are able to carry it. Or more like drag it. If he had muscles, you would see them straining as he's trying to move this.
You actually audibly hear his bones rattling.
So kind of help. Up above that. Oh wait, yeah. Can you pick up Asher and the coffin, like
What?
we did in the library, and then just pick them up through the floor?
If an ooze could look disappointed, he would, but he does indeed just immediately swallow up the coffin and Asher.
Okay, so I want you guys to know that before it happens, Asher makes the exact noise.
I asked if he could. He didn't answer. He just kind of did.
He did. Real quick, Asher. While you are in the ooze, you hear screaming.
His screams join them.
And then eventually you do just pop up above deck. Mm-hmm.
I am gonna, whenever I can, have the undead start carefully transferring things to our ship. And actually, we should take some of those lifeboats too.
You can. Honestly, the ship itself is intact enough that you could try to claim the ship itself.
We are trying to build a whole navy.
Yeah.
So
If you say so, then I'd be down to just wait a little bit, rebuild this ship that's sailing.
Mm-hmm. We're all gonna go to bed now, don't worry. Alright, we can end the session there for now, with you guys having claimed the coffin of a long dead tiefling king.